Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming here and hanging out with me today and for taking the time to watch the replay. I really appreciate it. We're going to be making two super cute pocket cards with the To Market suite, and it's going to be so much fun to play with that suite today. Just having issues with my computer. Just give me 1 second. I disappeared. Okay. I ever just have one of those days? I'm having one of those days. Where? Okay, my computer, a totally different screen popped up, and it's like, what is happening? Okay, so before we get to all our crafty fun today, and you're going to love these projects, there's a few fun things going on. One is today's the very last day to sign up for my Grillin' and Chillin' card class, which is all about the bistro burger bundle, which is perfect because it's on sale now. So you can get it on sale if you want to get the bundle. And because all bundles are on sale to the end of June, an extra 10% off of what they're already always on sale for. If that makes sense. Okay, so they're always 10% off. So now you get an extra 10% off. And we're going to be making cards perfect that you can use, like masculine cards, all featuring burgers. They're all a little different. We're going to have fun with the bundle, learning how to color it, and tips for gift card holders and things like that. So it's going to be really awesome. So if you check out my website, Loritamarie Crafts.ca in classes, you're going to see the link to that. And you can sign up and hang out with us in person, or I can ship it anywhere in Canada, or you can get the tutorial if you live outside of Canada. So if you have any questions, just pop them in there and I'll get back to you. The other thing is there's some new kits. I was just thinking, summer crafting, I asked a question on my website or on Facebook the other day of like, do you craft more or less in the summer? So I'm kind of curious because some of us have more time in the summer. So then it's like my sister's a teacher, and so she's got more time in the summer to craft. But some of us were busy with other things, and so we have less time. So I was thinking like paper pumpkin and the fun new kits, those are perfect for summer crafting because you can just grab the box. You don't need your whole craft room. And like I've done that, and I just grab a box of a kit and I sit outside, and it's so lovely, and I just put together a simple project. So there's a couple new kits. You definitely want to check out the kits collection. I had my card class last night, and we were oohing and ahhing over the kits. So there's a lovely new flower one, Kindest Expressions, I think it's called. And there's a travel journal. It's so cute. The travel journal is adorable. Even if you're not traveling, you could turn it into anything you want it to. And I'm really excited for that one. And then Paper Pumpkin, if you sign up by the 10th of the month, it looks super summery. It's got like lemons and cherries and oranges in it, or peaches, probably peaches. And they're so cute. And so maybe that would be a fun one to do. So that's just something I thought I would mention if you're looking for some good summer craft ideas. All right. So here's hoping we've got everything ready for our crafting today. It's kind of been a crazy morning. My son just called at like 11:58 to come home from school. He's not feeling well. I'm like, I'm supposed to be going live. Okay, so this is just fun times, right? So today we're going to be featuring the To Market suite. So what is that? That includes the Market Goodness bundle, which of course is 10% off right now. And this is the stamp set. These are the dies. And this is a fun bundle because it's they've got different price points this year for die bundles. And so you can see there's a few less dies, a little less detailed. So it's actually a little more cost effective. It's a little bit cheaper than some of the more elaborate ones. So it's a fun one to try. And then I want to show you the paper because I fell in love with the paper. So we're going to go through here. So we have got, look at these cute little bags and barrels that you can cut out. Then we've got flowers. And so you can see we've got, okay, my words on me today. Blackberry Bliss, pumpkin pie, garden green, real red. Look at the tomatoes. Okay, and then there's these flower bundles, which are cute because you can just cut them out. And then we've got the veggies, which of course you can cut out. And I'm missing one, aren't I? That's only 5. Okay, there's 6. There's always 6, which is the one that I'm... Okay, we're going to stumble across it as we're crafting. Oh, I know which one it is. Okay, it's this one here. I've been using it. So let's show you the other side. So of course, you've always got that lovely, more neutral other side. That's great for pairing with your projects. So you can see you've got the pumpkin pie, garden green, kind of like a cute wood green one, and this blackberry bliss plaid. So super fun, really cute paper. Okay. So let's get to our first card, and then we're going to show off all the things as we go along. So for the first one, and these are pocket cards. Today I thought it would be fun to make cute little pocket cards. They're not complicated, but it might be a fun way to tuck in to your like favorite gardener, plant lover, or whatever. You can put in like a seed packet or a gift card, or it could just be a fun summery theme too, right? They don't have to necessarily love gardening, but it's so cute. So I'm going to use a Blackberry Bliss card base, and I'm cardstock base here, and I'm going to cut it in half at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to score it at 1 1/2. Move my cutting blade out of the way. 1 1/2 and 7. Okay, and that's going to create our pocket, which I'll show you in a second, but we're going to kind of cut all our paper, and then we're going to use some DSP for the background, and so I want this to be 4 by 3 1/4 for the first section. So that's going to go there, and then I want a piece that's 1 1/4. Put that there. You'll see how this comes together in a second, but we'll just get all our paper cut. Then I'm going to use this fun piece of DSP, and it's going to be, let's double check, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then I'm going to mat this on a piece of crumb cake that's just 1/4 of an inch larger. So that's going to be 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, I think I got all my measurements right. And then we also need a piece of basic white. And I'll go over these again as we put them on the card. And this is for the inside. So this is like your normal 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, we've got all our little pieces. Let's get that trimmer out of the way. So we'll see how this is coming together. So we're going to fold this down this way. And so bone folders. Anybody here grow veggies? Or flowers? Or cut flower gardens are kind of like all the rage. I like to grow flowers, but then I feel bad cutting them because I want to look at them in my garden. So I'm terrible at cutting the flowers. Okay, so you see how it creates this open look. So this is the part that's going to turn into the little pocket. And so let's go ahead and put this basic white on the inside. And so, like I said, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And so if you wanted to do some stamping on that before you put it in, you could do that. So we'll put that there. And then I want this to be my little pocket, so I'm just going to put a little tear and tape on either side there. And these cards that I'm making today are going to be my newest kit. So when you place an order with my host code, a minimum of $60, you will get this kit as a thank you. Just thank you for ordering. Appreciate you. And you get all of the cardstock paper cut and prepped. And then you get the fun of putting it together yourself, doing all the stamping. So there's our little pocket. So it's cute. Then we're going to put this little piece of DSP that we cut on the front. So this was 4 by 1 1/4. that there. And this was 4 by 3. No, what was it? Yeah, 4 by 3 3/4. I think we'll open it up like that. Okay, so then this piece here, you can see how I've just kept matting it 1/4 of an inch smaller and smaller. And then we're going to put that one on top. So then if you're thinking that's a little too busy, you could always eliminate the polka dot one at the background. I was trying to decide if that looked a little too busy or not, but it's kind of fun. And we'll put this on. And then the next part, you just want to be careful. You don't want to close up your card. So this is going to overlap to the opening. So you just want to make sure you don't put adhesive down there. You want to just, so I just kind of eyeball it sometimes. So I'll just kind of hold where the end is. Then I'll put my seal there. And then we'll put that on the front of our card. And then it opens like this. And then you've got that cute little pocket to tuck some things into. So now we need to decorate it. So we're going to cut out a few fun things here. And hopefully we're going to work our way through all of the dies so we can see how they all work. So first of all, I just wanted some background pieces. So I used the Spotlight on Nature dies, which are all these kind of coordinating circles. So these are the 2 that I use. Let me just show you. I think they're on back order right now because they're amazing. But you get all of these circles. And they kind of have different details on them. So this size here, which is the, it's about like a 2 1/4 inch circle. So this is cut out in peach pie. And then I've got this circle here in basic white. And so sometimes we've talked about color buddies too. Let me just show you here. Pumpkin pie and peach pie are totally color buddies. They look really good together. They're the same tone. And so if you want to, if you've got something that's pumpkin pie, but you just want to lighten it up a bit, you can totally use peach pie and that's going to look awesome. Okay, so we've got those 2 pieces. I've got a label piece here, which I've just, any label piece, so you can just cut it to size. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies. And so we're going to use that. And then now we're going to cut out some of these fun things. So I think obviously they're small dies, so they can all fit in our mini. So I've just got platform 1 and a cutting plate. I'm going to grab a piece of Blackberry Bliss and we're going to cut out this cute little bag. And then while we're here, we're going to cut out, we're going to make a little bouquet. So this is fussy, I will agree. But we are going to go for it. And we're going to cut out these itty bitty little bow and this itty bitty little flower. And we're going to get this to go through our machine. There we go. So when dies are super tiny like this, and I meant to grab this, but I ran out of time this morning. But I like adhesive sheets. Then it's sticky already, and you don't have to fuss with glue or anything like that. And okay, so we'll just punch through all those little parts of the mesh bag here. Okay. Isn't that cute? Does it make you want to go to the market? It's like so aptly named. It does make me want to go to the market. It's so cute. Then we've got this cute little bow. Oh, I think you can see that on the camera. Not too bad. And then a couple little flowers, which I promptly, oh, it's like static cling to the bottom there. And then we'll just get rid of the garbage there. Okay, so we're going to use those. Then I'm going to grab a little piece of garden green here. And a little piece of peach pie. We can do this all at once here. And a piece of pumpkin pie. And so I'm going to put one of the little flowers on the peach pie, one of the little flowers on that one. And this little die here is the stems for a flower bouquet. So we'll go through. Okay. And now it's not going to work for me. So come on. There we go. And we'll just run that through. Okay. And don't lose your tiny little pieces. All right, now we're going to put everything together. And on our second card, you definitely want to stick around for that because we're going to get to all the veggies. We're going to do the veggies. So much fun. So you can just use take your pick tool if they're stuck in there. Okay. So the first thing, I cut this one out in white because I really wanted to use the bag. And so I didn't want the bag to get lost kind of on that busy background, right? So this is kind of like setting up a spot for the bag to go, essentially. So we'll just put a little adhesive on that, and some of these didn't punch out. Just gonna poke those through. So we're gonna put that, then we're gonna grab our bag and put our glue on. And you just need little dots, or if you use that adhesive sheets, then you're already sticking your bag on, and that's nice and easy. Okay. And we'll just kind of layer that on top of our circle. And then we're going to put this circle, layer that one on top. Kind of like so. And then I think you wouldn't have to put this in, but you know I'm always going to add a little piece of linen thread or twine of some sort onto my project. So usually about 12 inches is good. And you know, I learned the other day that you can color linen thread with your blends. Let's see. So if you've got Blackberry Bliss, I don't know if there are blends in Blackberry Bliss, or you've got, what did I see this person do? So you take a piece of washi tape. I'll just do a little bit. Tape it down, and then take your blends, and then you can color it like this. So isn't that fun? And the washi tape obviously is helping you get to the front and back side. I thought that was cool. Your blends have all sorts of fun applications. And then I'm going to tie this in a bow. That's a bit long. I'll trim my tails in a second here. And we'll grab a glue dot. And I'm going to put it kind of to the side of this just to help with layering a little bit. And then I got this way too long. Okay, so then we'll do our sentiment. So there's some few great sentiments on here. Oh, I should have shown you the card. I don't know, you should go check out my blog. So the card that I made on the weekend, I made a veggie card. And I did bursting with happiness for you. And so that's fun. There's also thanks a bunch and hello. So I'm going to go ahead and use the hello right now. And I'm going to stamp in pumpkin pie. And I'm getting some use out of my pumpkin pie ink pad, which I had like the old style up until very recently because I literally never used it. Except probably in the fall for like some leaves, right? That's about it. Okay. So I'm going to layer this up. And we'll put a dimensional on one end. And just kind of go over top of our twine there. And then you can kind of decide if you want to create a little bouquet, if you want to leave it, just use gems. Just to save some time, I'll just show you my finished one, but here, I'll show you what you do. So there's this cute little stems, right? And then you would, using your glue, you can put on your little flowers. That's really tiny. Can you see that? And then you can put the little bow on like so. And then you've got a little bouquet, or you could just put the flowers on your project kind of like that too. Let's bring that up a bit more. But that's already cute, right? And then the gems that match are these awesome ones. Transparent adhesive back dots. So you've got the greens, the Blackberry Bliss, and kind of like a white. And so you can put those on as well. So let's just show you my other one here. So I put a couple of the little flowers there, and then I made a cute little bouquet there and put that on. And so I will be gluing these on after. But that's our first cute little pocket card. Oh, and then you can put, you can cut out, this isn't cut out obviously, but you could stamp or you could layer up the fun bouquet on the inside. Here, let's show you my sample again. So I cut out this one and just kind of tucked it inside. That's just like a little extra. Okay, so that is our first project. Fun. Let's see here. I've got so many crazy. Okay. Glass mats. This is what you do. You just smooth it off and everything comes off. And did we just find out that the glass mat is going to be available to buy? If you're a demonstrator or you want to purchase the starter kit and become a demonstrator this month, you can get it this month, starting already. Or customers, you can start buying the glass mat starting July 3rd. So that's super fun. I've got a YouTube video. Go check it out on all the tips and tricks about the glass mat. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. All right. Now we've got a really fun second one here. So this one's a little bit different. We're going to use a garden green base. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? So that's already done. Then I'm going to use this fun flower pattern. And I'm just going to cut it 1/4 inch smaller. So that's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then we're going to create this fun little crisscross border on it. So I'm going to use crumb cake. And so I need to be 4 1/4 by 2 1/2. And then now that I've got this piece cut here, I'm going to put corner to corner in the track like this. And then you get 2 pieces and you just have to flip one over, and then we're going to create a little pocket like this. And we're going to stamp that and everything. And then I want a little piece for the inside. So I've got pumpkin pie. Again, pumpkin pie cardstock. When was the last time I bought pumpkin pie cardstock? I don't know. Okay, so I want to do 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I want some basic white, just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. Okay. That's all our pieces there. Just to make sure. All right, so let's show you some more of what this stamp set can do. So there's this fun kind of X one here. And so it's great for creating like a background. So when something's like this long shape, I try to line it up with my grid. On my grid sheet here, it works good on the glass mat because it sticks to it. And then pick it up with my block, and then it's going to be more or less straight. Because otherwise, when you're putting it on with your fingers, then I find like it gets a bit too bendy. And then we're just going to create a background with these X's. So I'm just eyeballing it. They're a little bit uneven anyway, so it's like a little bit generous, right? So you don't have to be perfect straight, which is nice. That one there. Then we'll do the other side. Okay. See how fast I can go. Woo! Okay, there we go. Out of the way, and then I've got just that extra ink. I'm just gonna wipe off here. Okay. So let's put these together, and you'll see how this goes, and then we'll get to the veggies. We're gonna create a little veggie basket. So I've got a little veggie garden. I like to grow lettuce. That's easy. I just have to protect it from the birds. I'm growing carrots, trying to grow carrots. I think the birds kind of and the squirrels dug in through my seeds, so I might have to resow some. But okay, so I'm just going to put tear and tape because we want this to be a pocket. What else am I growing? Potatoes. I'm going to try beans and zucchini. So on Instagram and my stories, sometimes I post about my garden. So if you want updates on how my garden's doing. I'm trying radishes again. Every year I fail at radishes. I don't know why, but there's honestly nothing like a fresh radish. I never really liked the radishes before, but when they're fresh, they're so like spicy. They're just extra spicy and good. So I'm trying my hand at that again. So I've just put tear and tape along the two outside edges, not going along the angle. And, oh, I think I wanted to go the other way first. Oh, well. Technically, it doesn't matter which one you put down first. And it should perfectly line up in the corners there. And that's essentially your little pocket there. And so then we have our basic white. So you can obviously stamp on this. You can use the DSP and make it really fun. You can cut out your veggies that way. To add just a little detail, I've cut out that same circle like I did on that first card, but this time I did do it in pumpkin pie. And I'm just going to fold it in half. Use my bone folder there. Put adhesive on it. And then I'll just put this down here, try to center it. And then it's kind of like your pull tab, right? So if you want to put a little ribbon on it, remember how it said peach pie? It looks awesome with these colors. It's meant to be, so you can just cut a little bit. And if you've got a hole punch, mine was like not strong enough to go through all these layers of cardstock. If you've got a mini stapler, maybe we all have one kicking around from over the years. Okay, so we'll put that inside. Okay, now we're going to create our little basket. So, do you remember that DSP? That was all the little baskets. So there's bags and baskets and barrels. So here's the one that is shaped like a barrel. So the rest are bags, but I kind of like this one here that looked like a barrel. And okay, then we're gonna gather up some veggies. So just to save time today, I'm not gonna do all the stamping, but let me show you some samples here. So you've got tomatoes. So these are two-step stamping. So you can stamp the fruit and then the greenery for the tomato. Then you've got your carrot. And then this little one here I thought it was this one, but it's not. It's this little tiny one that goes with the carrots. And so this is granny apple green and pumpkin pie. The lettuce is 2-step as well. So you can stamp this more solid one and then this more outline one. So for mine, I did granny apple green and garden green. And then what I haven't got to yet is you've got a beet, and maybe that is a radish because it's red on the DSP. I'm trying to decide. So you can put, you've got this little top, or you've got this topper, and those will pair up with that. And so just go with the colors of the DSP. So you've got blackberry bliss that looks really good. Maybe it's an onion. Is it a red onion? What's our opinions about this vegetable? This one looks like an onion. That one looks like a beet, and that one might be a radish. And then you've also got peppers that you can hand cut out. And so we're going to, I'm going to grab that big machine actually, just so I can cut out a bunch at once. But we're going to cut out all our veggies. So you can stamp and cut out, or you can use the DSP. So we've got the lettuce and a carrot. I'll line them up in a second here. A tomato. I'm going to call it a red onion now. And then this radish maybe. So this fits the radish, not the beet. I cut the beet out the first time and it didn't quite fit. So that's why. So these are all the dies. But you can hand cut out the little beets plus the peppers. And then you've got a few more veggie options. Okay, so we'll just run that through. Hopefully they more or less stay in place for me there. There we go. So cute. It's just so much fun. I don't know what it is about it. I love it. Okay. So move that out of the way. And then we're just going to make our little basket of veggies. So I'm going to start with the tomatoes, the lettuce. I took the little onion in the front, carrots, and then maybe put some more adhesive along the back, and then I can tuck this little radish in there. Maybe just see the greens on that, but that's okay. Then we're going to grab our dimensionals, and I'm going to use my strippy parts here that are on the end of my sheet. Grab a couple of those. And then just make sure you're not closing up your pocket. So it needs to kind of go down into the left corner there. Oh, I just bumped the whole camera. Sorry about that. Coordination today is not my game. Okay, I'm going to stamp the Thanks a Bunch in Blackberry Bliss. And we'll just fussy cut it out. And then we're almost done. It's so cute, so fun. So like I said, these are going to be my card kit to go. So if you want to make these too, you can, there's a few ways you can place an order with my current host code for $60 or more, and then you'll get these as a gift, the card kit. I also do my card kits at my monthly card class. Last night we were all making the Mediterranean Blooms card kit I had, and a zinnia one. Okay, so I'm using more linen thread. You can't stop it. This time I'm just going to fold it in half. Put it in a glue dot. And I'm just going to put it like this, kind of loop up Put some seal down the one side, a dimensional on the other. Put that on. It's so cute. And then we need some gems. And to clear off the desk here, we just brush it off. Just pretend. Just pretend we're clean. So I'm going to use the green. Yeah, the green ones here. And a little guy. And this is our little veggie pocket card. Isn't that fun? So it's a standard card size, so it's still going to fit regular in your envelope. And then let's bring back our other card, where it's kind of more flowers. So I think that's why I love this suite, is that maybe you're like, do I need a veggie card? Well, first of all, yes, you do. Look how cute the veggies are. But if you want to just go with all the flowers, there's lots of flower options. I've made another. So check out my website. I have one more card that I made with this suite that's all flowers, and I made one with all veggies. So you can just see the difference there. There's our cute little pocket card. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and checking out the To Market suite. If you ever have any more questions about anything, you can comment here, or you can find all my contact information, class information, everything like that on my website, which is Loritamarie And I will be back next week with some more fun projects. So thanks you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.